Welcome to Las Vegas Trader YouTube channel and a weekly analysis video. This week is going to be a short week since Monday was a holiday, Christmas. So we're going to have only 4 days left in this week and this year. So let's take a look. Let's jump right in and see what the charts are telling us here. S&P 500, the daily chart. This red bar just rejected higher movement and looks like we're sitting right at resistance, right at all-time highs resistance. So we might see a pullback this week and possibly also on the monthly chart also it's sitting at resistance. So if we take out this bar, monthly bar in this 4 days, so that would roughly be around 45.70 or so. That would erase this monthly bar, and probably the new year will start off on the negative side. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ daily chart. Same thing. We are sitting just above all-time highs. And if we, this week, if we go past below these two green bars, we're going to see more downside. And same thing on the weekly and on the monthly chart. Um, this is the Dow Jones. All three indices, they're at all-time highs or just above it, except for Russell 2000, which will go next. We'll take a look at it next. So this is Dow Jones on the daily chart. Same thing like S&P 500 and Nasdaq. Um, this red bar just took out 5 days worth of work that the bulls put in. So if we don't take it out, we're going to see movement to the downside and at the 20-day moving average. This is the daily chart, the weekly chart. Yeah, I see a pullback coming, but that's only my prediction. But um, nobody really knows what's going to happen. So this week, if it's a red week, probably going to stop somewhere 36,000 or so area. And on the monthly chart, if we see a pullback, which I think we will, 37,000. Let's take a look at the Russell 2000. Just like I said earlier, um, Russell is the only index that's not at the all-time highs. So it's got a lot more work to do to get there. This is on the monthly chart. So let's go back to the daily here. So let's see what happens. But I think we're gonna see a pullback. Crude oil. Last week I called for higher prices because this red bar was taken out, and that's exactly what we saw. This is on a daily chart. So as long as we stay above this 20-day moving average, we might come back and test it and go back up. And 200-day moving average acted as support. We peaked just below it and higher prices. And the monthly chart, once this bar turns green, probably continuation to the upside. Gold, let's start with the daily chart. Um, so we are right at almost right at probably 50% retracement from this down movement. So if you take from the high to the low, we are sitting right at 50%. So we might see a pullback and then higher prices. But let's take a look at the weekly chart here. Yeah, once we take out this bar, we might continue to the all-time highs and above it. And the monthly, let's see how we close out the month and the year for gold. Um, I would like to see close right above these tails, these previous highs, so that way we can continue moving higher. And this is silver, just like gold. They pretty much move identical. Um, so we are seeing a little pullback. We are sitting right at 50% retracement. And let's hope this 20-day moving average supports the downward movement and higher prices. And on a weekly chart, same thing. So we are sitting at 50%. Once we get to 26 bucks, erasing this green, this red bar, we should see higher prices. Hopefully, hit 30 bucks uh, soon. Probably not this week though. Um, Same thing on a monthly chart. The 20-day moving average is resisting, supporting the price. So it's resisting movement to the downside. And once we close, let's just say $26, 25.80 or so, uh, I would probably see higher prices. Bitcoin, let's start with the daily. Um, we hit 45,000 and rejected it. So, and this red bar is problematic for Bitcoin. So it tried to close above it, but it did not. But the 20-day moving average is pretty sharply moving to the upside. Let's look at this is the futures. This is the forex side. But on the forex side, the 20-day moving average is getting flat. So once we break through the 20-day moving average and erasing this green bar, lower prices of probably 40,000. This is the daily chart. Let's take a look at the weekly. Yeah, once we break uh, this green bar and go below it, 40,000 is very, very doable. And let's take a look at the monthly. Yeah, we see resistance right at 45,000, and so a pullback is likely. Uh, the dollar. Let's take a look at the daily chart. So the dollar moved down, and the precious metals moved up in the opposite direction, inverse. So sitting right at support right over here. So if we're gonna see a pullback in precious metals, then the dollar should probably move back up a little. This is the weekly. Um, mm, on a weekly chart, I don't like. We might see a pullback to the upside and then possibly hit the 200-day moving average. It has gone past. We traced 50% to the 50-day moving average. It produced one green bar, 1 week of uh, positive price action, but then it just got erased, and now 99, 100 bucks, or even 200-day moving average of $99 is probably the target. On a monthly chart, yeah, 100 bucks. I like $100 because it's sitting right at support, but it just was pretty powerful move to the downside. So if we continue this week, the 4 days, it might hit 100 bucks or even 99 or so, 99.50. And lastly, let's take a look at the bonds TLT. which is I follow pretty closely as well. We had a nice run up in price, which I was watching, and I um, did like I liked the movement to the upside. On the weekly chart, it's sitting right at 50-day moving average, declining. But once we go above it, higher prices will likely be seen, and we'll probably hit 102.50 or so to hit the 20-day moving average on a monthly chart, because these two bars are pretty powerful. 2 months of really strong action. So I would imagine that we would hit this 20-day moving average at least, if not break through it and see 104 or higher. But that's it. That's it for this week. Please like the video, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share with anyone and everyone you think might like and benefit from this content. And we'll see you next week.